Hello, everybody. This is Jeff Veale, the business guru, not from downtown Manila today. I'm around having a holiday in the lovely Boracay Islands. It's beautiful here, but it's bloody hot as hell. But the place is beautiful and you can go for a swim. I've got a wonderful guest today from the other side of the world, from the UK. Her name is Bridget Long. And Bridget is a very interesting woman. She's a company director and her company is called Bridget Long Companies. And industry, global distribution of health and beauty tech and business coaching. Been in the industry for many, many, many years, but in this particular one, 15, but 20 more before that, guys. Brief description of her business. She organises global lines of distribution with the world's #1 wellness and beauty systems devices. So all you ladies out there, maybe some of you men too, she might be the lady you want to talk to. I work specifically, but not only, with health and fitness and aesthetics professionals and social media influencers. Key achievements or projects: I've generated over 12 million in sales during my career. I'm at the top rank of my company and I have business in over 20 markets. So guys, no excuses. Get on out there and develop those markets. Personal philosophy or motto: sow within, I like this one, sow within, sow without. Interesting fact about herself: she's been an entrepreneur for over 36 years. The first 22 years, she ran bricks and mortar businesses in Paris. She's originally from the UK, a TEDx speaker. She's a single mother and been a sole provider of 3 grown children for 15 years, which I consider my greatest achievement, is to having put all of them through private school and university on her own. That's an awesome achievement. It really is. So it's my great pleasure to welcome to the stage Bridget. How are you, Bridget?
Well, thank you so much for your kind introduction, Jeff. I'm well and I'm excited to be here and I really appreciate the time together.
No trouble at all. Let's make this happen. Tell us about your journey and what inspired you to pursue your current career path. Where did it all begin?
Oh, goodness me. Well, actually, as we were just talking a little bit off camera, I was born in a very entrepreneurial family. Middle child of 3. My father had a chain of 17 fish and chip shops. And
Wow.
So I was schooled from a very, very early age about the principles of entrepreneurship, a combination of passion and profit. And my elder sister went off and got all the degrees and became a barrister and all kinds of wonderful things. But me as a middle child had a different career path mapped out for me. It was basically have fun, make a ton of money and travel around the world and live life as an exciting adventure.
Pretty
But
good.
they didn't have that. They didn't have any curriculums on that at universities. Of course.
How old were you when you left school? I'm just curious.
I was 17 and a half. Yeah, 17 and a half.
You got out early before they try to tie you down into the system.
You know what? I went to a very privileged school. At the time, we had an exam system, so they took the top 10% of students from primary school and put them into this grammar school, and I ended up there. So I did have a certain amount of natural ability, but honestly, by the time I was heading towards my 18th birthday, I was just like, more years of study. It just didn't. What I think the education system was proposing did not fit in with my view of life.
Yeah, well,
and I wanted to. I knew I wanted to. Yeah, I just made no sense to me that as an adult, another adult could tell me how much they were going to pay me. I was just like, I couldn't compute that. It just seemed ridiculous.
What do they teach? Health and finance, the two things you need in life. Good health and finance. What do they teach those two topics as #1 and 2? But
well, there is that, but I mean, I think that I was fortunate because I was brought up in that environment where my father always used to say, never work for money, always make money work for you. Remember, it's not just about passion, but about profit. And also it was about learning how to scale business.
Yes.
Now I think that is a concept that was very natural to me because I'd seen it being done as I grew up.
Yeah.
And one of the things, that we pigeonhole people into, what do you want to be when you grow up? There's never a case of what you create, right? What do you want to create? Yeah. And so to me, it was always about leverage. It was always about don't cater to the, you've got to cater to the masses, not just to a tiny sort of like narrow thing of what you can do, because you can't leverage yourself. If you stop working, you can't get paid. And that is a dangerous place to be in, so my view, even though it wasn't necessarily on, front and center from the early age, I understood the principle of leverage and scale.
Awesome. Tell us, what's been the most challenging aspect of your work, and how have you overcome it along the way?
The most challenging aspect, well, there's challenges every day. It's entrepreneurship.
Government people,
Entrepreneurship will put you in front of everything that you're not good at.
Yes.
And so you have to develop a huge amount of humility about our own capability, and be continual learners. So you have to
Absolutely.
find a way. Perhaps the biggest challenge is to, when I separated from my ex in 2010, I knew why I wanted to do what I wanted to do, because I had this goal to put my children, as you said, through private school. And that was my entire focus. So there wasn't really a challenge for me. It was just like head down, blinders on, do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
I think one of the struggles that people often have is finding the deep existential why. Why am I doing this anyway? That's going to get them out of bed every morning, first thing, working 7 days a week, doing what's necessary to do, overcoming their fears and limitations and limited beliefs and so on. I think you have to find a really, really deep why.
Yeah, and we haven't got a job. We're so fortunate. We've got a passion, and when you've got a passion, it's so much fun.
It's not even a passion. It's who we are.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
It's who we are. It's not something that we do Monday to Friday. It's who we are as people.
Yeah, when we're at a restaurant thinking about stuff, just pops into your head.
Yeah, and I think if it is a passion, it's a passion to create. It's a passion to create. It's a passion to make an impact. It's a passion to have passion.
Yes. Yeah.
Not to live a half life. I think that's what it is. But, my father used to say, the problem is with you and me, Bridget. He said, we're both adrenaline junkies. And I was like, oh, I am definitely not. And then occasionally I think, oh, maybe it was, just a tad, So, we love the thrill. We love the thrill. Actually, even the thrill of failure, the thrill of coming up against,
when you learn a better way. That's always the way. I'm in a beautiful island at the moment, boracay. It's quite one of the top 10 in the world. And I've come here for the first time, and I'm looking around. I can't help myself. I go, there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity. And I think of them, wow.
Everywhere you go, right? Yeah. Everywhere you go. You can't switch.
It's incredible. I've got to stop myself sometimes. Just relax. Tell me, in your opinion, what are the key qualities or skills that have helped contribute to your success along the way?
Oh, the qualities for sure is I love to have fun. I love to create. I love to bring joy. I love to work at high levels of excellence. I like to push myself. I'm very competitive with me. I am not at all competitive with other people, because that's good. But I'm very competitive. I want to, show up as my best.
The best version of yourself. That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what motivates me behind that is because I don't want to get to the end of my life and I'm sitting in that rocking chair looking back and saying, I could have done more. I could have realized more of my potential. What a waste. Don't get me wrong. I'm not at 100 miles an hour the whole time. But I think really what I want to do is get to the end of my life. I think Oprah Winfrey said it better. I just want to feel that I have rinsed every opportunity.
You'll be in the rocking chair trying to work out how to make it better. Right. Make it a better.
Yeah. And I think that's the qualities. And then what was the other thing that you said?
Oh, I can't remember now. I've got a bad eye. I'm trying to scratch
well, I think that really is what drives you every single day. It is that desire. I think that fear of regret of getting to the end of my life. And I could have got up earlier. I could have made a bit more of an effort. I could have.
Funny is she mentioned that, because I'm 77, and just recently it hit me. I said, to myself, I said, do you know, you're not going to be able to do all the things on your list by the time you get to 100. You know, you won't. There still won't be enough time to do them all. You know.
Yeah. You're never going to get it wrong, and you're never going to get it done.
No, but I keep trying. That's why I'm on this holiday. You know, that's one off my bucket list. Tell me, what was an important moment in your career that pretty much made you pivot and change your direction?
Well, 15 years ago, when I became a single mother and sole provider, I'd had 22 years of running bricks and mortar businesses.
Yes.
And you will remember, Jeff, very, very well that in 2008, 2009, the global economy was tanking, and
remember it very well. Lost a lot of money. I remember.
Yeah,
well.
so did I. Yay! And so the business that we were running at the time, we put the key under the door, is no longer viable for multiple reasons I won't go into now for time reasons. But that got me really thinking about what I could do next. And I went back to all the dreams and goals that I had as a 20-something-year-old before I became a mother.
Yeah.
And my children were growing up by that stage and becoming more autonomous. And that was like such an existential moment to really lay everything bare, because there was nothing left to lose.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's it.
And that gave a clean slate into, okay, where do I go from here?
Lovely. I mean, the only way is up, isn't it?
Yeah. They say, as I rebuilt my life on very solid foundations. It's called rock bottom.
Yeah, I love that one. It's a nice one.
And so that was it. Then I started to look, okay, so I need something I can build around the family. I want something I can scale. I want something that I can, create as big as I want to create. I want something that is, first of all, going to give me absolute and complete financial independence, and then ultimately financial freedom.
That's
right. So I went at it that way, instead of looking at a product or a service and thinking, how can I make that work? I knew overall what I wanted to create. I just didn't know what vehicle would be at that time.
That's right. Fair enough. Tell me, how do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field? What's your secret?
The secret is to have a very, very clear vision of what you want and why you want it. Once my children got out, because they're now all gainfully employed adults, hallelujah, the bank of mum and mum is finally closed. Then when my daughter finished her degree last year, and she decided to just, she was, thought about doing a master's and stuff. And in the end, she said, I'm just going to go and get a job and make some money and do some traveling. And I was like, sounds great.
Yeah.
Enjoy. And the other two had very, very, clear ideas about what they wanted to do. But my youngest didn't. Anyway, long story short, that was like, oh, my goodness, I need something else to motivate me.
Yes.
because that bit's done now. And what in God's green earth am I going to find that's going to get me as fired up and as enthusiastic as I have been up until now? And I'm not going to lie, Jeff, it took a long time to actually figure something out that was going to keep me going. And in the end, it was the challenge to challenge myself, because it was the end of 2023. So my daughter was finishing her degree in 2024. So we were months away. And I took my annual income and I added a zero at the back of it.
I love that one. Love it.
And I was like, well, and then I thought, why would I bother? Because I have a very solid income, and I'm so grateful. But it's just like, why would I bother because I knew that would be new skills, new disciplines, new personal development.
That's right. You've got to keep going.
I was like, what? But why would I bother doing that? Right? Because I'm kind of okay and kind of set now and all the rest of it. And then I just finally one day got this flash of inspiration. I said, for what it will make of me in order to achieve it.
Yeah.
The person I had to become, the skills I have to learn. Is like, for the love of Pete, just clearly you've got the capacity. Just go and then of course there was the material things on the back of it. Because you could always. Everything costs money, and then I just suddenly sort of like up my goals, not just for me but for my family and for the contribution I want to make to the world. So I was like, okay, now that is an interesting project, and it's going to really challenge me. I'm going to have to really level up on every single aspect of my life, whether it be business, health, fitness, all that kind of thing, because one thing goes with the other, right? You could,
Sure.
if you haven't got anything. So I'm going to have to train harder. I'm going to have to do more mindset. I'm going to have to do more skill set. I'm going to have, and then of course, this was really all before AI even started to be in everybody's conversation 24/7.
Yeah.
And then a couple of things happened, literally within weeks of me making that decision to 10x, which was like, okay, great, I have the vehicle now. And one of them is opening the India market we're opening now in a few weeks in November.
Awesome.
And so that was like, well, there's one way that I'm going to 10x. And
absolutely.
And then the other part of it was really the coaching side, which came because women started to come to me, entrepreneurs, freelancers, smaller business owners who are really, really wanting to earn more money doing what they were doing in their particular industry.
Yeah, they've got to realize that they've got to do some work.
Well, they came to me and said, okay, so I want to, most of them want to make between a solid 5 to 10K a month, right? Which isn't a king's ransom.
No, that's a start,
But it's a start and it gives them peace of mind.
Sure.
Right. And so I said to my first clients who came through word of mouth recommendation, I didn't go looking for them. And I said, listen, I'm going to teach you what I know. We'll see what the result is. All you've got to do is promise that you will follow the program.
That's right. Do the work. Yep.
And my first client's results was so spectacular. She multiplied her income by 20 in 90 days. And she told a friend who told a friend who told a friend. And the next thing I was like, right, I'm going to put this into a program and keep it at between 5 to 8 clients a month maximum, because now I'm 2 companies instead of 1. And so that
I bet you enjoy every part of it, right? Every minute of it.
I do. And I think that, watching, female financial empowerment is just, if you get your money right as a woman, it's not just the money, but it's what it makes of you, the confidence, the skills, the mindset.
I had a lady come on my podcast a few weeks ago, very similar to you, a high flyer. And she introduced herself and said, Jeff, are you ready? She said, I'm not a CEO, I'm a she-EO.
Yeah.
And I thought that was bloody awesome, because you think about it. The women, they make a man's house into a home. They have his children. They cook his meals. They give him a bloody aspro when he's sick. They press his suit for him and send him off to work to do battle. All that stuff, and they don't get the accolades they actually really deserve.
Yeah, I think that's changed a little bit. Maybe
it's taken a long time to change, hasn't it?
It's taken but I think it's not the fault of the men. I think that women have to learn to be more, So I've worked with thousands and thousands of women in the last 15 years, individually and collectively, and so I have a lot of data. I've been able to extract the cooperative components and the data of what the 3 or 4 main things is that stops women from making a consistent 6 figures a year, right? Yes. In the UK alone, less than 1%, 0.84% of business owners who are women make 6 figures a year or more in their businesses. That is shocking.
Absolutely. It surprises me, actually.
What differentiates them from the others who are struggling along earning between 20 and 30K, right? Yeah. At best, right? And sometimes they don't even make that much, right? Because these are government statistics I'm talking about, not just pulling the numbers out. So then you have to say, okay, so what is it? It's never about the product.
Yes.
It's never about the service. It's about the efficiency of distribution of the product or the service. And all I hear every day when I speak to these people is, I've got this amazing product and it does this and it does that. And but nobody knows about it.
That's right.
You've got 400 people on Instagram. You've got a couple of hundred people on LinkedIn.
Get out there on a daily basis.
Build a humongous following, because the world is busy and nobody's listening, and you've got to be front and center of people's minds.
Absolutely, especially now, even more.
Yes. And so, and then what the next big thing that's really missing is a daily action plan, which consists of all the components you need to move the needle forward, which is basically marketing and sales.
Yeah, with a system like McDonald's with a hamburger. Have a system.
You need a system. And the whole thing is that they're focusing on perfecting their product, but they don't want to they don't like to ask for the sale.
Yeah. Oh, you and I know. You and I know better. Tell me.
I don't want to sell. I don't want to sell. And that's the number one thing that holds women back is they don't want to ask for the sale.
Well, bad luck. You've got to ask for the sale. Tell me.
Eh.
Tell us a recent project or achievement amongst your many that you're particularly proud of, apart from the children. What personal or what business thing are you particularly proud of? A project.
Yeah, so I think it really is. It's not about me. It's about the positive impact I've been able to make on others, whether that be with my distribution company or with other women, and to get reviews and them feeding back to me going like, oh my God, you're never going to believe this. 400% increase in income this month. Oh my goodness, this is incredible.
Fantastic.
Right. That is really seeing other women feed back to me and say, wow, because of your coaching, I did this and I got that result.
That's fantastic. That's bloody awesome.
That is just like, yeah.
That is awesome. Yeah. I don't know where you get the energy from to keep up, because that's a challenge in itself, because they take up so much darn time, especially the ones that you got to tell 2 or 3 times. I've got them. I know I've got them. I know all about it. I've got people. I've got people that pay me money. I've got to chase them for 3 weeks to get the information I need to help them.
Oh yeah, I've had that. People have given me thousands and thousands of pounds, and they still don't. And I'm just like, I got really upset about that in the beginning.
Me too.
I was
want your money. I want to help you.
They're big grown-ass people. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, well, exactly. But I can't keep my staff in the wardrobe. I said to him, I got this guy in the wardrobe waiting to work for you, but I can't give him to somebody else because you might pop up tomorrow. All that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, yeah, but I've had to. That's one of the challenges, actually. I've had
It is. Get them to take the action. I mean, if they just could see the path and trust the process, you don't buy a Labrador blind dog and then pull it around, do you? Right.
Yeah, the whole thing is I have stopped feeling responsible for other people not doing what they need to do.
Yeah, sadly, I still feel responsible sometimes.
Yeah, no, it's not a reflection on our.
No, not at all.
To communicate.
I started. You don't, but I started abusing them. I said to one guy, I said, "Listen, you got a bloody marketing gorilla in the cage, and you won't let me out." So, because I'm ready to go. I want to explode his business for him. Unbelievable. Yeah. Today he rang me at 5 a.m. and he finally got it, which is good. Anyway, looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future? You've done so much already.
Well, so that, spend a lot of time finding a new why, and then I added the 0, and I was like, okay, so what am I going to do with all this? So
yes.
I come from a beautiful, beautiful place called Poole in Dorset. It's right down on the south coast of the UK. So I'm moving back there in September, and there's one place which is right on the beach.
Beautiful.
I've just secured an apartment there, which is kind of temporary until I find somewhere to buy.
Yes.
So that's kind of a lifetime goal, and the children are thrilled because 2 of them live in Paris and 1 in Manchester, and they're just like, yay, we've got each holiday to come to. So that's a big goal.
Of course.
A material goal that I have now achieved and that I'm really excited about. I've got to say, I mean, Manchester's amazing, but waking up in the morning every day and being able to walk to the beach is just incredible.
Yeah, fantastic. That's where I am right now with this holiday. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
walk out my door.
Yeah, it's just.
Tell me, how can our listeners and people want to learn more about your fantastic ability and your products? What's the best way for them to reach out and find out more about you, please?
Listen, I'm omnipresent on LinkedIn, Facebook, just under my name, Bridget Long, Instagram. All my profiles are public.
Easy one.
Easy very easy to reach me.
Fair enough. Before we wrap it up, Bridget, tell us a fun fact about yourself that most people don't know. It's not some
That's
people.
A big question. I love music and I sing and play guitar.
That's fantastic. You're a multi-talented woman. You no doubt about you. You're very.
Not really. I mean, I do it very badly, but I just love doing it.
Absolutely. It's a fun. I do karaoke very badly.
Oh, yeah. I've never ever done karaoke. Can you believe?
No, you should get. They put it on the bucket list. Anyway.
Yes.
You've been an awesome guest. So, guys, please reach out to Bridget. You want to know more about her wonderful products, or indeed you women out there how she can help you to get out of that slump and get things moving. It's a system, guys. If you want to listen, just have a chat to her, have a virtual cup of coffee, 10 on the time of the day, glass of wine, water, whatever your preferred beverage is. Reach out to this lady. She's too happy to try and help you. So reach out for a 15-minute chat, and you may think that's one of the best things that's ever happened to you. Once again,
absolutely. I have a discovery call link on my bio on Instagram that you can just book on at any time. It's completely free. I tell everybody to relax. I'm not going to try and sell them anything. And,
there you go, guys. There's the offer.
I will always help.
There's the offer. And guys, I'll finish it off with action gets traction. And don't forget, guys, you too can come on this show and tell your story. Back in your country, wherever you are in the world, a TV commercial is going to set you back about $30,000. And what's going to happen? People are going to get up when it's on, go and make a cheese and ham sandwich or a drink or go to the toilet. 10 radio spots in your city probably set you back between $3,000 and $5,000, and they may well play them at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning when people are asleep. Come on 15 Minutes of Fame, and we'll put you across every social media channel known to man, and you'll do the same in the form of a small movie. We'll put all your social media links there, put you across YouTube, the whole 9 yards, guys, and make you more famous and put you in front of hundreds of potential clients. So there's the offer as well. Bridget, you've been an awesome guest. Thanks for coming on the show today.
I'm so grateful. I've loved having this chat with you, Jeff, and I'm really, really grateful, as I said, for the invitation. So,
my pleasure.
All right.